Hello, Andrew here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my review of the Premier League on the weekend of the 15th of the 9th, 2018. So, on to the first game, which was a very big game. Two top six clubs going at it. Liverpool versus Tottenham. This really could have been any scoreline for Liverpool if they were at it. We made a lot of mistakes. I mean, Tottenham got their tactics completely wrong. I mean, yeah, they kept possession of the ball, but they did nothing with it. They never looked threatening um, until late on in the game. Um, I mean, I think their biggest problem though is that I know Harry Kane says that he's fit and wants to play and stuff like that. Because you want to play every game, but I think mentally he is mentally fatigued. He hasn't had a proper rest. Um, he wasn't even in the game against us on Saturday, where the difference was with Liverpool. We looked sharp. We were robbing them um, and hitting them on the counter. And as I say, it just really could have been any scoreline if we made the right decisions at the right time. Um, it finished 2-1 to Liverpool in the end, but saying that, they could have had a penalty right at the end. So it could have finished 2-2, even though Liverpool's dominance looked like we could score 4, 5 or 6. Spurs always showed that they still, even though they haven't bought in, that they still have quality. I mean, Lamelo scored from a really tight angle. I'm guessing nobody expected this shot, but I full credit for him going for it. And yeah, he put it in the bottom corner. And as I say, Song was brought down by Mane, and you saw Klopp go over to Mane at the end, and I can only imagine what he was saying to him. But he was going furious on the sidelines when we weren't putting away our chances and when the right pass wasn't happening or someone was shooting without passing. He was. If we had lost that game, it would have been our own fault. I mean, we've got PSG. I'm doing this video on the Tuesday, so we've got PSG tonight. And Firmino may not be available because of his eye. He hasn't trained. He didn't train yesterday, so it's whether he trains today. But I've got a funny feeling he won't be available, and we'll most probably play Daniel Sturridge. Anyway, on to the next game. Bournemouth and Leicester City. I mean, what a game that was. I mean, Bournemouth came out flying, and I mean, Leicester nearly lost their discipline. I mean, Maguire could have been sent off, and then Wes Morgan did get sent off for 2 yellow cards. Um, and and then when they were down to 10 men, they scored 2 goals. I mean, I think Bournemouth just took their foot off the gas, thinking it was too easy, and just let a couple of goals slip. But you've got to give full credit to Eddie Howe and Bournemouth. They've started off the season well. They're currently lying, I think it's 5th in the Premier League. And I think they're on the same points as Manchester United, to be honest. Let me just double check that. Oh no, they're actually 1 point ahead of Manchester United. So yeah, they deserve a lot of credit, just like Burnley did last year. Can Bournemouth keep it up? That would be the question. But Leicester, before the international break, to be fair, they should have beat us. They could have beat Manchester United. But yesterday they weren't really in the game. So, I mean, they still could have had more points than what they've got. But, yeah, them lying mid-table, I think that's where they'll finish this season. But they're not doing, 6 points, you'd think that's fairly decent. But to be honest, it's okay. But from 5 games, 6 points. We're only at the start of the season, so it is okay. They're not laying anywhere near the bottom at the moment, even though they're 5 minutes off bottom, but 5 points off bottom. But yeah, no, they'll be all right. Then you've got Chelsea and Cardiff. I mean, Cardiff shocked Chelsea to start with. Scored a goal from a set piece, which I'm sure Sarri would not be happy with. And the man at the moment ran the show, Eden Hazard. You give him space, you let him do what he wants, you let him manipulate the ball and manipulate the game, you're going to have problems. And that's what Cardiff did. They just let Hazard choose where he wanted to go and make the movement he wanted to do, and he got himself a hat-trick. And then Willian coming on late on, scored a lovely goal, curled in the top corner. So, Chelsea are now the new Premier League leaders on goal difference. Only 2 teams are 100% records now, and that is Chelsea and Liverpool. Have we both had a little bit of luck on the way? Liverpool definitely, Chelsea only against Arsenal. Where if Arsenal took their chances, they actually could have won that game. So Liverpool hasn't got going properly yet. When we do, I pity teams when we come up against them. But we got to face Chelsea soon. So we need to get going against Southampton and then get going against Chelsea. On to the next game, Huddersfield Crystal Palace. I mean, how Huddersfield didn't get a point out of this, or even a win, is beyond me. They had so many chances. I mean, I was watching Soccer Saturday, and it was just funny when I heard Matt Le Tissier go, "Oh, and he's hit the beans on toast." I was thinking, Matt, what the hell are you on, mate? Everyone knew. I knew he meant the post, but it's just the way you come out with it. But you got to give Crystal Palace credit. If Zaha's in the side, he's always going to cause problems, and he is always likely to score a goal. And I mean, he's complaining that people are trying to take him out and that lot. But yeah, if people are trying to take him out, don't retaliate, because that's what he's doing. And he's lucky sometimes that from his retaliation, he's not getting sent off himself. If someone's trying to take you out, then let the referee deal with it. Don't take things into your own matters. All you're going to do is cost your team and get yourself a suspension. If he's got 4 yellow cards, if he gets one more, that's it. That's a suspension. And he just needs to calm down. He's still young. He just needs to calm down his attitude. Manchester City, Fulham. I mean, this was comfortable. Fulham had a few moments in the game, but Man City were comfortable. I mean, once the first mistake of all people who's been playing well this year, is Seri, gives the ball away. Fernandinho ran the show. He just had so much space on the ball. There was no closing him down or anything. And it was easy for City. Newcastle and Arsenal. Newcastle first half looked the better team. Looked like they were the one that was going to score and maybe win the game. But if you don't take your chances, it's always going to cost you. And that's what happened in the second half. Arsenal, credit to Emery, he brought off Guendouzi, brought on Torreira, and Torreira changed the game for Arsenal. He won a free kick, which Xhaka took, which was a lovely free kick. And more space started to open up, and Arsenal started to control the game, and Ozil got his first goal. I'm not too sure since when, but on his 200th appearance for Arsenal. But I know it was quite a while. Newcastle got a goal late on to make it 2-1, but by then it was too late. I mean, Rafa's not had the funds. He's got to get to the January window, but will he get the funds then? They're really struggling. They've got 1 point from 5 games so far, but it's not all Rafa Benitez's fault. Watford, Manchester United. Man United came out of the blocks. They had something to prove to their manager, to all the other teams, and yeah, and they played very, very well. I mean, the goal was Fellaini slightly offside when it first came over to him. Maybe an arm, but it's hard. It was very tight and hard to see, but and everyone thought that Lukaku hits it in with his arm. Nah, it's off his belly, So good job he ate all the he didn't eat all the pies because it was off his 6-pack. Otherwise it just goes on boing, So, but yeah, and then Smalling scores an overhead kick. He chests it and it's like, wow, where did that come from? But second half, Watford showed that they're no pushovers this season, and they could have got an equaliser, or even won the game if it wasn't for De Gea. I mean, wow. I mean, he made a save right at the end, and it's why he's one of the best, if not the best, goalkeeper in the world. Sunday's game, Wolves and Burnley. I mean, Wolves coming up from the Championship, they've showed they're no pushover. They won 1-0. I mean, Burnley have really struggled. I mean, they're bottom of the league now. Because of being in Europa, it's completely different. It's not easy. I mean, they had all those qualifying games and that lot, and they just haven't managed to hit the season going at the moment. But Wolves, they got a result against Manchester City, apologise. And they won 1-0 yesterday, and could have been more if they took the chances. But, they'll take the victory over the performance, So, I mean, they're in 9th place at the moment on 8 points, which isn't too bad at all. That's only 4 points off of top 4 at the minute. I mean, it sounds crazy, but that's how close the table is. So credit to them doing well. Then Everton and West Ham. West Ham finally won a game. They won this 3-1. I mean, they came out of the blocks. Yarmolenko had a stormer, absolutely storming game. He ran the show for West Ham yesterday. Yeah, and Everton, yes, they had the chances, but they didn't. Again, they didn't take them, and West Ham did. I mean, it was 2-1 at half time. West Ham scored quite early after the break, and they didn't look like losing after that. So they finally out of the relegation zone, and I think they're now on 3 points. Oh yeah, because it's didn't even have a point before this game. So yeah, they're on 3 points. The final game of the week was Southampton versus Brighton. Now this was an entertaining game, absolutely. I mean, brilliant game to watch, end to end. I mean, Southampton will be fuming that they threw a 2-0 lead away. I mean, the first goal came from Holberg. I mean, it just comes out to him. He stops it dead. How he gets the power and swerve on this ball is unreal. Absolutely unreal. So it was 1-0 at half time, and then Ings gets brought down in the box, steps up himself to take the penalty. 2-0 to Southampton. What happens? A couple of minutes later, before you know it, Brighton, it's 2-1. And then really late on, the ref gives a penalty to Brighton, which again is a penalty. So, and it finishes 2-2. I mean, but yeah, Southampton be fuming they threw a 2-0 lead away. But, so, yeah, that's my review. As I say, you can't write Man City off. They're still, they've only drew one game. They haven't lost. The only 3 teams that haven't lost are Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea. But Liverpool and Chelsea are the only teams with max points. That will soon change. It will change in the next couple of weeks because they face each other. It could even change next week. But so Chelsea are now new leaders, and Burnley are now holding up the table with 1 point. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.